This footage from a 21st December 2012 NTV report shows traffic police in the thick of an operation which saw officers escort various public service vehicles along the Mitiana highway route. A few months prior, the Inspector General of Police, Kale Kayihura, had instructed that 2 officers be deployed to each commuter bus throughout the country, and from the look of things here, the directives were taken seriously. But that was then. So this morning we set out on a random check on whether this operation was, well, still operational. To the downtown Chisenyi terminal it was, from where we boarded a bus bound for Western Uganda. We have departed from Kampala in this Mbarara-bound bus. Usually it is supposed to have a traffic policeman aboard, but apparently there is none. Well, we are going to continue way up to Nsanji, and probably on the way, a traffic officer just may hop in. You never know. Let's wait and see. But alas, throughout the 19-kilometer journey to Nsanji, there was to be no traffic officer coming into the bus, either for a routine check or to accompany the vehicle along its route. We later asked the Senior Commissioner for Traffic, Dr. Stephen Kasima, why things have changed.
By the time we started escorting buses, the manpower we had to escort buses was less than the buses themselves. Because in Kampala, in Uganda, we have about 1,000 buses. And at that time when we started, we had about 1,000 traffic officers. And half of them were in Kampala. You could not withdraw them because of the traffic jams. So we are concentrating on the buses on major high routes.
The overt and covert phrase has become synonymous with police nowadays.
We are using both overt and covert. In other words, people in uniform, traffic uniform, and intelligence. We agreed with bus companies to give us 2 seats.
But from a sweeping look at the occupants of this bus, one would be hard-pressed to agree that there was a disguised officer within. Another observation we made while out on the Masaka Highway was the cross-checking by police for route charts that were introduced by the Transport Licensing Board to enable easy movement of buses. However, although some were found to be expired, the drivers were allowed to proceed with their journeys.
If that route chart had expired, then he was not supposed to have driven a bus. But you know, he has 67 passengers. The route chart has expired. And in most cases, they say they take them to Ministry of Works. Are enough. But Ministry of Works delays to renew them, and sometimes gives them temporary route charts.
Mostly, every month, we have meetings with them in order to sensitize them so that we move together. Otherwise, if you keep grounding these buses, there will be an anarchy in this transport section.
Given the deficiencies in terms of numbers that the traffic department is facing, Mutenda says the onus is on the public to be vigilant.
You and me and everybody else should see to it that we report whatever wrongdoings that we see happening in many of these buses. So that, because it is not one man is the show, it's not only police.
Overall, the prevalence of road carnage on Uganda's roads lately has decreased impressively. However, operations introduced by police to keep these numbers down are oftentimes abandoned even before they take root. Gabriel Epenu, NTV.